I actually wish I was really good at this game so I could actually help people more than I already can help people. I can help people to a certain extent, right? Well, one of the things about getting top 10 for me is to just help people out, kind of not worry about, like, I like the idea of just sharing deck codes openly, but when you have like a top 10 goal, it's weird sharing deck codes sometimes. It's weird because, oh my gosh, things are gonna get crazy. Crusader, Immortal August, dude, look at us. We have a Mundus Stone. At least we have 2 playable cards on curve. Let's go. Easy money. Let's go. Mundus Stone's getting thrown out so hard. But like top 10 just puts you in a weird position where you just, and I guess tournaments too, like tournament life as well for people. It puts people in a funny situation where maybe someone's really open about sharing stuff. There was actually we could have thrown away Odoving. Honestly, we could have thrown away Odoving. I didn't look. I just unminimized. Odoving might be even worse than Mundus Stone. Although they're equally bad. Let's just say that. In this matchup, there can be no victory. He might have weapons. Crusader's Assault's probably a real thing. So, like, let's think about this carefully. He didn't get Breakthrough. Let's embrace the aggressor role. Embrace it. Crusader's also not so good at coming back. If I'm not mistaken, Crusader's not the best. It's hella good at racing, but when it comes to, okay, we're gonna generate 2 tokens every turn. Black Marsh Warden. We're gonna throw Black Marsh Warden down. It's not really the best 4-drop. Okay, let's be real here. But once the Divine Fervor hits, dance. Because he can't actually. How many prophecies can he possibly be running in a deck that normally just punches people in the face? Right? Like, you can tell how he's squiggling with his cards, that he's getting nervous. He always... Yes! Look at this board. Poke, poke, poke. Embrace. Okay, that is kind of scary. What can that do? So he can trade into the 3/2, sure. He's gonna trade into here. No. So we're gonna trade. We have to trade, but we gotta get Undie. Some of the things that I can't see now. We're just gonna do it for the Undie. Because that could be so game-winning, like legit game-winning. Okay, that's racist. Eating an Argonian. Diversity inclusion says get that guy. It just seems wrong. Race dead. Let's go. What do we get? What do we get? Unstable Madman? There's a high chance we're gonna get a recruit. That's actually, I guess that's anti-synergistic. When you put token generators and you have Ondai Clan Sorcerer getting you raised dead, that's not. You always are higher. I guess this is what aggro decks sometimes face as a problem, right? When they're not with the ring. I mean, like not hitting Mighty ally allowed us to do what we did. if Mighty Ally was a 6-3, we would have to put things in front of it, like the Great Viper Brigand. But since it's not, and interesting, this is actually going to make heal this. Okay, we're going to have to contest that. That's getting scarier and scarier and scarier and scarier. We kind of knew there was a good chance to steal Sin. Oh, whoa, damage output getting crazy. Some of the things that I can't see now. Raise dead. Is Raise dead just super bad? Like Rift Thane on the left lane? If we use Ordurnian Necromancer, what do we get? We gain 2 life from Raise Dead. We might die this next turn. Because that was a crazy good turn. Like a very good turn. I can't see now. Let's go. Oh, that is really good. That is so good. Fix my eyes on the things that I can't see now. It all comes down, can he kill us here? If we're dead, we're dead. That was a really good Raise Dead though. Like, it actually did something. Like, it actually took off like 7 damage off the board. $21 damage, let's just start counting. That's 11, 12, 13, 14. He has 14, he needs 5. It's possible, it's very possible. He has to go for it and just, I mean, that's it. That's it, right? That's it. I mean, what? No, Crusader's Assault doesn't do it. He needs a steel scimitar of some kind. He got me to 1. Now, fix my eyes on the things that you know what's crazy? That came straight back to that Raise Dead. Raise Dead actually saved us in so many ways. Like, if we just think of how we got 1 more life, we got 1 more life 3 times from that Raise Dead. Raise Dead procced the Dramathra Reaper twice by resurrecting 2 cards, healed us 2 health. And then it actually rezzed a Bruma Profiteer, I think, second, which ended up meaning it healed us again, another point off of our Grey Viper Brigand. So, very close game. Immortal August versus LEC is always crazy. I don't think he likes me very much, to be really honest. But he's a great player. And every time we play against... the reason why I don't think he likes me is because he's had a lot of matches that they go both ways. Like, he's beaten me pretty badly, but I mean, he's one of those players, I don't know if he has everyone muted, but sometimes you say hello and stuff like that, and they don't say hello back. Know what I'm saying? You know what it is. Because we did play against each other in a tournament. Like, it's a funny story. It's a funny story. I think it's funny. Immortal August and I played against each other in like the qualifiers, and it was a 3-2 match. Oh my gosh! It took 3 hours or something. 2 hours? It took 2 hours to play against him. 2 hours. Crazy, huh? Ande is interesting keeper. It's interesting. Do we keep it? It's a very good card. I have no read on what he is. It's a very good card to keep. But it doesn't fit in the curve too well. So we're going to throw it, toss it. Yeah. But then after the game, after the games, you're supposed to say, like, GG, we say GG and stuff like that. It's like, I lost, okay? And then I lost the third game. But by the time I lost, I was so ready to sleep. No joke. It was like sleeping time. The reason why it was sleeping time was because before our 2-hour match, I had to wait 2 hours for his match. Because like apparently he had a 2-hour match with another guy and then another 2-hour match with me. So during this, I had played an aggro assassin deck, so I'd taken out my opponent so fast. I got like 3-0 twice in a row, so I had to wait 2 hours for my match. For the beginning of time. So by the time I'd lost, I was not ready. I was so ready to not play another. Like, there's no way I was gonna play another series and make any sense. In my head, at least. Okay. And as you speak, he probably can send me to the shadow world with this. Lexia. So there, thus born was the relationship between Immortal August and LEC. So after I lost, I was like, good game. Would you like to like practice or prepare with each other or something? And I think he was like, yeah, or something like, oh shoot, this is bad. He was like, yeah, let's go play games. Let's go play games against each other. At least that's what he said, right? But then, this is a rage deck, my friends. He wants to rage me. Okay, if he wants to rage me, what do we do? Okay, we're playing a conscription deck. Viper Corner Club? But like, we need Viper again. But it is what it is, right? There's no way the Viper was going to get through if there's a card there sitting there. This thing's probably not long for the world. He just answered like 2 in a row. So we just try. Just try. So needless to say, apparently many people say this kind of stuff because they just want to be polite. But then, when it comes to you ask them to play, it's not just Immortal August. There's a lot of other people. They don't want to practice. They don't want to play. So like, what can you do, huh? Catch your breath. But what was really funny was there's this time because I think we fought against each other like early. There's 4 qualifications, so we fought each other in like first or second or something like that. We might actually have to Nazi this because like that breakthrough is just so lethal. It just straight kills us, huh? Your heart in everything you say. Feels so bad. Let's just try to roll drain or something. Oh, what are we doing, dude? That is just gonna trade the Harpy in. Clam deck. But I lost really hard in the second qualifiers to Crusaders. Sogar the Fox, he's a very good player. He doesn't play much, but Sogar the Fox is really good. And when he streams, he like does a good job of walking through his plays logically. But I lost to his Crusade. I think we basically I got stomped. I got stomped by his Crusader really hard. So I wanted to play against people's Crusader, and I knew Immortal August's Crusader was so crazy good, right? So I wanted to. So that's kind of when I called in. I was like, "Hey, do you want to like play a game or whatever?" Blah blah blah. Will I? And he literally says, "No, I don't feel like playing Crusader." I queue into ladder. Who did I see on Crusader? That's like, I'm all for people is freedom. Do what the hell you want to do, right? I'm not salty about it at all, but I think it's just funny. It's just funny. So will I. My praises still fall shine. I'm wondering if we like do the Emperor's Blade. No. I think we have to Edict now. Edict has to be done. There's like nothing, no good trades though. I was thinking about Zamog on the. We have to deal with this. This thing's crazy. It's just scary, and he's all in on that game plan anyway. But I still have a lot of respect for him, like Immortal August. So I'd like to act, and it goes with a lot of players. I'd actually like to just scrim for fun, and that's actually kind of the reason. Another reason to get top 10 is because it seems like people don't really want to scrim with people they don't think are on their level. Kind of like there's a little bit of elitism going on with some people. Because I respect that too, because it's like, on one hand, you don't really want to practice with whoever because you think they're not your teammates. If we practice with them, then you're like kind of revealing your secret texts, your secret tricks, and all that stuff. Do we need to start hitting him in the face? Because this is starting to get a little scary. Surrender, so will I don't really like the idea of giving him cards. Can we actually survive to the conscription though? That's the question. If he has rage, he's gonna rage himself though, huh? But we're dead though. If he actually has rage, we're dead. Because all he needs to do is attack, put the weapon on this, and then smash. So we didn't make it. We're not gonna make it. To your design. But Rage is definitely a deck that is favored versus Conscription. I mean, I can't see any way this ends well at all. I don't even want to put a guard in. I mean, maybe we have to put a guard in. I think we have to put a guard. It feels bad about it, but like, maybe it does something about the rage. Maybe it stalls us to one more turn. I don't even know if one more turn even matters. From a gaming point of view, though, we're really hoping to, like, Elder Scrolls Legends is a fun game. It's going to the meta moves kind of seems like the meta moves fit. Wow, Mulanamir. Wait. That stops there. Right, stops. Dang. They're in my sights. Ow. Oh. Do we have any way to even get rid of the dragon in the deck? We do. Edict. Okay, good. That's a pretty good play. I have no respect for Cleric of Kind. Like, it just doesn't... The card doesn't seem to... Oh, interesting. If we could... Oh, if he didn't do that, you know what we could do? We could kill that. Zamog it, shoot that. That would be a cool play. Since we don't have access to that move, let's see what we got. Javelin. Well, great. We wish we had 11 Magicka now, because like that would work. So do we keep this? No. Yeah. So we're dead. Shoot, what can we get out of here? So let's bow out. GG. I can see to your prowess. Personally, I wish people who would be more open to basically taking matches. Because it's actually really fun. Like, it's actually more fun than, like, if you knew, like, I do it with Gumchew and a couple other people, like, Drona Stern and Seiya. There's, like, 3 people I play with, private matches. Those games are crazy. It's, like, crazy fun when when both parties actually know what the other person's bringing, and it's like, hey, I know your Dominion's really good. I know your Crusader's really good, or I know your Sorcerer's really good. Let's play those out. I think those games are actually way better than ladder games, because ladder are like Humpty Dumpty. It's like, realistically, mage. This is a guy. If I remember correctly, this is a mage aggro list. Alfix Theodon. Alfix the Theodon. It's a very scary deck. Just throw drum, throw it back. I lost to this deck the last time we played against it.
Be welcome.
He basically put Theodon in the field lane and controlled me like crazy. Let's be reactive. Interesting.
Choose.
We have to set up in the lane a little bit faster. Daggerfall Mage is scary. Scary stuff. Cloud Rest is going to be a problem. Yeah. Maybe we should be on the aggressive. I don't know about that though. I think we should start hitting in the face though.
What's yours is mine. I'll find the finest recruits in
Let's wait for that to be a 3/3. It could become relevant.
out upon it.
There's a plan. There's always a plan.
We could kill everything and then trigger Ande. It's actually not too bad of a plan. We could, it's better than surviving, actually, I think, in this case, to trade everything in.
We draw power from their blood. All will be consumed by the void.
Let's get the Empire Recruiter. Why do we play this card and that card that we just ate? Style points. We like her armor, and she's good enough. Empire Recruiter. There's something that really warms my heart to play a card that you could only play if you're that faction. That's the truth. Absolute truth.
You will feed my clan. Coin on your life. Choose.
Well, there's our late game. We found our late game. Every work of art, every part designed in a work of art called love.
I will not be on the wrong side.
What is that? A Wardcrafter? The Wardcrafter. Interesting. He just gave me a blood magic spell. Let's take it. I'll take that.
I'll scout ahead.
Ramp is interesting. Ramp is interesting. It's good. It's good enough. That's good enough. It's going to be a good play. So you run this in, then run the gargoyle in. We are not going to embrace the attacker in this matchup. Just, he seems to have lackluster resources. Oh shoot. He seems to have lackluster resources. Pulls out a Wilds Incarnate. Great. The good news is we got another blood magic spell. And guess what? We can even hold it. Okay, something tells me Corner Club Gambler is not going to resolve. There's just too many things. Since Corner Club Gambler is unlikely to resolve, I'm thinking, you don't kill your own conscription though. Like, double conscription arose backbreaking. It is backbreaking. I'm gonna attack. Stop a rune. Okay. Oh, now we just need to survive 4 turns and then it should be over. Probably has a Thadon. Kind of said, okay, that's an indicator that there's nothing that can deal with it. What the heck is, oh, but that is definitely, we're hoping to draw into some answers, not our 2-drops, because we want to conscript those. I'm thinking about, okay. He's actually kind of low. The conscription's so close. Ramping just makes the most sense. But do we offer him, or these are good enough. This is good enough to stall. And it also ramps us far closer. This makes it faster to find card draw. We're hoping he puts something in the field lane because we want a clean, nice clean board when the conscription hits. Good, good, good. That's good for us. Really like that. This allows us to get some card draw. We don't like that. That's not the clean trade we wanted, but we do have the Necromancer going to that, so it's fine. Ooh, Unglem's good. That makes a conscription superior. Let's put that here now. Let's put this. That actually increases our draw chance, right? Wow. Wow. Just to be magic efficient, can we just drain life? Because this is clearly 3 conscriptions in a row. The 3rd conscription is going to be a little bit empty. Did you just encounter? Let's go. I'm happy about that. Oh, that's not an encounter, that's a Thadon. Can't see now. Sometimes we take our time on turns to think about some things and take screenshots. We like to take screenshots so we can reanalyze board states later. Actually, the second conscription is horrible. If he's not even clearing the board. And then we just pulled 2 Dark Brotherhoods. Actually, that's making the conscription a little bit underwhelming, to say the least. Underwhelming. We're actually kind of scared to draw. So let's do damage first. Actually, it's getting tight. Getting close. Wait. We don't really want to draw cards. Like, realistically, we don't really want to draw cards.
I lurk in the shadows. A clash for the ages. The day is yours.
We're gonna probably take a snack soon. So we got smashed. We got 2 wins, 1 loss on this deck today. Oh, we didn't even put the... What rank are we? 35? 35 it is. Oh my god. Lost to Guildsworn Rage. So we lost to Guildsworn Rage 1 against Crusader, and then we won against a Mage control. And it's nice sometimes using your Elder Scrolls Legends is small enough for community that it's pretty easy to recognize people's names. When I play Shadowverse, I have no idea what I'm playing against because the names aren't shown during the game. The names are shown in the beginning, and half the time I'm minimized when the game's beginning. And so when the game begins, I don't know what their names are, and 60% of the time the name's in Japanese. So this is going to be a very, very, very quick game. Care Less's aggro battle mage is, if I'm not mistaken, it's very aggro-y. But we should take notes because he's holding it down. Ooh, Empire Recruiter. People don't believe in you, but I believe in you. I think you're stylish. I think the cards, like I think your belt, your elbow armor, your wrist, very tasteful. Is great. Ta-da! So one of the reasons why we want to play Emperor Recruiter, he has a 3 toughness. And okay, people say he's not that good, but he's actually not that bad when you look at the 2 drop for 2/3 is just pretty reasonable. This is an interesting one. We could go for the full clear. Otherwise, he's gonna put the tome and cause problems, and it also opens up Skavens and all this kind of crazy stuff. Actually, we're okay with that. I think we maybe need to embrace the aggressor in this matchup. But then he might just get like so many favorable trades if we don't go first. If we don't go in. We're the late game deck. Let's try to remember that. We're not. But our mid game sucks so bad. I'm actually not sure what's the right position here to do. Like it's like you all in on the face, which basically will give him less rewards, rapid shots, Breton Conjurers, and everything good. I think we take trades because it can get really bad. Like really bad. Hello. Quickly now. We don't have much time. Super questionable, but we stocked up on a lot of health. Not that that means anything in this matchup. I mean, it does mean that he can't beat us down with the Temple Conjure, I guess. We kind of put them in the wrong lanes. That should be here. Not that it matters. Because we would rather them chase into the field.
I have no patience for fools.
Wounds forsake you.
But we've actually got the huge surplus on healing now. And the Dromathra Reaper is going to show... Is she holding a mace or an axe or a sword or a saber? I can't tell. It looks like a sword. Scimitar. So that probably immediately tells him it's conscription deck. Like, immediately, you see Sly Marshblade, it's like, you're a conscription deck, huh? I mean, he has to trade in. He's going to trade... out. Like, if you trade... Okay, trading in that means there's no Alfiq in hand. Because you would trade this to set up for superior Alfiq, you'd think, right?
Wounds forsake you.
It's fine. It's whatever. Harpy, let's go. Bolt, I don't care. It doesn't matter. All matters is we get another 2-drop. Another, it's a Harpy. Another. Wow. Okay. That you might pay very dearly for that. With that, a Skaven Pyromancer. Sorry, not a Skaven. Let's go, Cradle Crush Giant. Bring it. I think we have to get the card draw on the Slide Marshblade. We can't play it and just let it die. Odahviing seems so far away. Like, Alfiq meta turns... Like, when there's Alfiqs involved in the game, turn 6 to turn 12 looks so far away. Fix my eyes on the things that I can't see. He has to trade. Oh, that's the reward. Decent. Okay. He has a heartbeat. We had to just remember there's a heartbeat. It might have been a bolt, actually. Maybe that...
You will die where you stand. Can't keep up with me, dry skin.
Ooh, it's got that. What the heck?
I stand ready.
We actually might get the Odahviing. We actually might get there. To the face? If it's to the face, we kind of wish we Edict it, huh? But we might need to get through the Mighty Conjuring or something like that. So there's no other answer in the deck to Mighty Conjuring. So if we Edict there and it's Mighty Conjuring, it's game. Right? It just ends. Cradle Crush? I think the read is... Oh, 8 Magicka. What the heck is it? Econo. Now he will see the power of my excellent combo. Nobody knows. And no one cares. Such a good combo. It's actually not that good. It's fun though. I mean, it's Cradle Crush proof. That's 9 damage and it's 9 damage if there's a Cradle Crush. I mean, that is see, like, Necromancer into Black Marsh Warden isn't that bad. It's 6 Magicka puts 8 stats, and then an engine, and then if you had Fervor, like, right? So Fervor is what we want to deck, top deck. Fervor and Edict takes out the Mighty Conjuring. Fervor, bam, ends the game. So we healed 2 points off of the Dromothra Reaper. It's interesting how this card works. So I almost Javelined myself. Let's Javelin that. Yeah, I think there's a Cradle Crush coming down and taking him down to 1. So he's oh, there's a Harpy. Okay. Oh, the Chain Harpy. That was impressive. So we have a trade. That's impressive. I think Camel's exceptionally better. We have the Edict. This might. General Tullius. Wow, that's interesting. Actually, General Tullius is better in the graveyard because he can be necromancered. You're with me in this way. Yeah. Now, my heart. It's possible. Mace. He kept bolts. He definitely kept bolts in his hand because he had those prophecies he has. But it was a harpy. It was a harpy that he saved. 3 turns. Odovating, like, every turn is taking long. It's interesting because when you play these aggro matchups, the turns actually take an impressively long amount of time for the players to think through their actions. When you're on a control matchup, it takes like what, a few minutes. You're already at turn 9. It's like pass. Eyes on the things that I can't see now. But I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this Black Marsh Warden. I'm not bad. I'm a hero of the people. So he doesn't have lethal. So he needs to find a way to get out of lethal now, huh? The dream is to Necromancer Tullius, and the only time that's ever happened is like once. It's only happened once, and it was fun. Tome digs. Okay, he's short. If you dig, you trade the camel. That's bad. Harpy. Rapid shot, he's dead. Your way. I kind of want to res Tullius for fun, dude. No. Oh, Cradle? Oh, just scared. Did you just scared the crap? Oh, it's going for the lightning bolt out. He's going for the lightning bolt out. He did get 2 prophecies, okay? So can we actually get ourselves out of lightning bolt range? It's an interesting question. Because it might be relevant, right? So Necromancer could actually do something. For close your eyes. Still my heart. I think this deck is spicy. This is a spicy deck. See. Okay. We're gonna go eat now. 33, I think. Take a good snack. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'm not talking muted like normal. Yeah, so this is the deck. You can just check it out. It's one of my it's one of the decks that makes me happy because it actually makes good use of a lot of cards that I could not figure out how to use. Things like the Black Marsh Warden and General Tullius. Like, I didn't craft with a single Black Marsh Warden. I got 2 of them for being Argonian racial. So, like, basically leveling up, I got 2 of these babies, trying to get Red Brahmin. Because I didn't understand that you could just craft Red Brahmin back in those days. General Tullius, it all comes back to this epic memory where I got General Tullius so hard, where I killed General Tullius, he necromancered it. I killed General Tullius again, he necromancered it, and he killed it again, and he necromancered 3 times in a row. When that happened to me, it left such a huge impression that I was like, dude, I can't wait till the day I could actually play this. But then, when I started playing in the qualifiers and all this kind of stuff like this, I was telling people, like, can I make a deck with Tullius? And they're like, this is bad, it's completely bad. So I had to end up craft a bunch of other stuff. So getting General Tullius into our collection itself was an achievement because it's something I wanted to do ever since I got Tullius, but I couldn't do it for a long time because there are already so many other priority crafts. And then there came a point where I'm just like, I'm going to craft it. I don't even care. I don't have Maroc. I still don't have Maroc. I crafted Tullius over Maroc, and then Tullius just didn't fit in any deck. You put him in Veteran, sucks. Puts him in Empire, he sucks. You put him in Spellsword sucks. So it's like, oh, that feels bad. Because Maroc's good in like 85% of decks. Okay, Maroc's good in every deck that Maroc is good in. Which is, like, if a deck could put Maroc in it, in the curve, he's good. That's kind of where Tullius and Maroc came in. Because I chose Tullius over Maroc simply because I like him. Right? So it's cool that he does fit in the deck. I feel like he fit. Like, Mundus Stone is another good card. Like, sure, people can say this is a troll card. I don't think so. Mundus Stone is kind of trolly. Sure, it's trolly, but it's not a troll card when you run 3 fervors. The reason it's not a troll card when you run 3 fervors is because Mundus Stone is literally cheaper than a fervor, and it's basically the same, and they actually protect each other basically. So if you put Mundus Stone and you get Dushnik or something, that's a pretty bad turn. So you try not to play Mundus Stone on turn 4 against people that can do that. And usually you don't even have to because you've got so many 2-drops because of your conscription deck. And I'd rather put Mundus Stone down later in the game when it's like you've got 10. Like, it's okay to keep Mundus Stone in hand. You just play it later, right? It's kind of like play it like a Divine Fervor. Like, you don't play Divine Fervor if even you have 5 play points but you're losing on board. You don't play Fervor. So same mentality should be applied to Mundus Stone. You don't play it just because you have Magicka. You play it because the opportunity is there. So, and then we have Corner Club Gamblers and stuff like that. Like, Corner Club Gambler just can throw this away, which is also interesting because Corner Club Gambler, generally speaking, doesn't get played in control decks. So this deck is not really a control deck. So, like, even though it's a conscription deck, we're using the conscription to finish off our opponents. We are not Telvanni conscription where it's like we're going to hold out, wait all the way to the conscription. No, we're hitting face before that, and we can close out games well before the conscription, as we saw in the Crusader matchup, right? We saw that. Yeah, so we went four matches, 2 excellent opponents. We came out on top on 2 excellent opponents. Maximus ZH is pretty good too, and I guess Demon must be good because he rocked us. So it's not like they're bad. I'm just saying maybe not so many people know about them. But 2 players that are fairly good. And this deck did come out on top of Battle Mage, which is pretty cool. And I think the Battle Mage had the ring. So that game was pretty epic. We're going to highlight it and make sure. Oh, hello, Ferb. Let's talk about it. Let me highlight and I'll explain what I mean. We're gonna have to make 2 highlights because apparently the stream was really long, so we're gonna have to do a highlight that's up the whole thing and then highlight that is just the Empire section, because the Empire did a very good showing as opposed to the Covenant. Covenant kind of flopped at the end, which is fine, right? Okay, so first of all, when people are talking about Elder Scrolls crashed, guys. Elder Scrolls actually been crashing a lot. I don't know if it's my computer problem. Maybe I need to look into that. Because it crashed as I'm highlighting, and it said, my browser doesn't have enough memory, which is kind of weird, because it doesn't happen a lot. So, when I say it doesn't fit the curve, what it probably, well, first of all, what are we referring to? We're referring to this thing. This is the curve. Okay, this is the curve. It's telling you is like, so a well-constructed deck is supposed to be able to play cards on curve. On curve means like it's turn 1, you could play a 1-drop on turn 1. So if you have 1-drops in your deck, but it's turn 1 and you don't put a 1-drop, that means you're off curve already. If you have 2-drops and you don't play them on turn 2, you're off curve. If you have 2-drops and you play them on turn 2, it's on curve. Let's say you play Odurnian Necromancer on turn 8 and you don't play anything else. It's off curve because you wanted to play it on turn 6, right when you could. We're not talking about the ring. So on curve means that it's like you're being play point efficient. Okay. Sometimes you're drawing, like in a conscription deck, the danger of a conscription-based deck is you're getting so many, you have so many 2-drops, 21 2-drops. Since you have 21 2-drops, you don't need 3 2-drops in opening hand, right? You can only play one of them. And then the second, so if you have a 2-drop on turn 2, right? And then you play a 2-drop on turn 3, that's off curve, right? It's not on curve anymore. So your 2-drop on 2 was on curve, your 2-drop on 3 is off curve, and you've put a 2-drop on turn 4, you're off curve. So you'd rather be like a staircase. You'd rather have a 2-point play point on turn 2, 3-point on turn 3. Like you'd rather see something like a typical good start would be something like, okay, Empire Recruiter, Grey Viper Brigand into a Camel or Emperor's Blade, right? That would be the dream. Or like if you want the dream, it's literally Ungulum, Empire Recruiter, Grey Viper Brigand, Emperor's Blade, Hiss Mage or something like that. Clivia. Like if you had that staircase, that means your deck high rolled and got to its maximum potential. Okay? And if you want to make sure that, if you want to increase your chances that you're actually able to get to that kind of result, I don't even know if my stream's working because my like browser's working. It's more important the curve against the quality. So generally speaking, cards' quality is related to their cost. Not always. So we're talking about good cards. So first of all, I guess an early skill or a skill that needs to be developed is basically determine whether a card's even a good card. And after that, like, so every single card in this deck is a good card, minus Black Marsh Warden and General Tullius. And okay, the 3 most suspicious cards in the deck. Okay, like there's actually quite a few suspicious cards. Black Marsh Warden, Mundus Stone, and General Tullius are suspicious cards. Why are they suspicious? Because generally speaking, not always, generally speaking, they really struggle to get more value than their competitors. Their competitors have a tendency to just outvalue them. So like that, and that's the thing, right? So basically, a Black Marsh Warden is crappier than other 4-drops, like a Bleak Coast Troll. You tell me you have a 2/2 and a 1/1, and I just put a 5/5. It's very suspicious, right? You kind of get my drift. Sorry, we're moving the. So when you're saying card quality, first of all, you could save yourself that problem by only putting high quality cards in your deck. So then you only have to worry about being on curve. So like I guess in the deck building phase, even before a single game began. And yeah, good. That's nice. So, yeah. So let's talk about multi. So why? So if you got 3 2-drops in your hand, you have to make choices. Let's make up 2-drops. So you got a Thieves Guild Recruit, Dromathra Reaper, Empire Recruiter. Now you ask yourself, what am I against? Am I against Control? Thieves Guild Recruit's going to be pretty good, right? Thieves Guild Recruit's probably going to be the... Okay, first of all, is it a Control deck that we are going to beat down, or is this a Control deck that we think we can get Conscription to? Right? That I would probably keep a Thieves Guild Recruit if my opponent's colors had a... like Telvanni. Look, Telvanni couldn't be an aggro deck, but Telvanni has such a high percentage chance of being Control that maybe Thieves Guild Recruit is the better 2-drop. Okay, but what if you're against Crusader? The Crusader has Control decks, but Crusader's usually aggro. So then Barrowstalker would be a better 2-turn play on the on-curve play. So we would actually see, like we're against Crusader, we have Thieves Guild Recruit, we'll send him back, so we're going to keep Barrowstalker. And it would probably throw back the Dromathra Reaper as well. Why? Dromathra Reaper is best when there's something in the grave. It's a good card. I think it's a good card. It's possible to get even more value once you have Journey to Sovngrad. We just don't have that card yet, and when we do, I think this, like, I think it's interesting because Praetorian. It's interesting because like we're not in a meta where Journey to Sovngrad makes any sense, but this deck would be very good in a meta where Journey to Sovngrad could be played, and this deck has a tendency to even stall out. It could stall out to Journey to Sovngrad against certain opponents. And then Journey to Sovngrad would kind of be like a Mundus Stone. Like, if, in fact, the most likely card to be swapped out for a Journey to Sovngrad would be the Mundus Stone. So, like, in some ways, the Mundus Stone actually stands in and represents a Journey to Sovngrad. Because Journey to Sovngrad is a crap card in, like, a number of matchups, right? But it's the game winner in other kinds of matchups. So it's okay to have these kind of cards where they're so lopsided. Like they either do nothing or they win you the game. But then you just can't have too many of such cards in your deck. That's the key. If you have too many of those, then you're in trouble. I mean, Fork of Horripilation is also kind of similar too. Like Mundus Stone and Fork are basically bricked dead cards in certain matchups, but in certain matchups they are literally going to be the thing that you love to death. Yeah, so these cards that are a little bit crappier, notoriously crappier, like this Black Marsh Warden, this card, do not play it on turn 4 if you could. You just try not to. It's just, you can't. But when you don't play it on turn 4, let's say you Corner Club Gamblered him into the trash can, and you Necromancer him back, it's a different story. Or if you play him on curve, now off curve, it's funny, this card's a card you don't want to play on curve. You play him on turn 4, you're already losing the game. You need to play this card off curve. You need to play it to round up the curve. So when people talk about rounding the curve, that means it's turn 7, you have 7 Magicka, you play an Ondai Clan Sorcerer, and then you play Black Marsh Warden. Well, that's perfect, because now Black Marsh Warden's activated. And when Black Marsh Warden's activated, it's actually above average. Because it's above average because it's generated 1/3/3 already, and it's 5/5 stats for 4, and on 2 bodies, meaning it's more vulnerable to wide removal, but it's less vulnerable to single target removal, right? And then the thing is, if it's not answered, it wins the game. Actually, Black Marsh Warden can win the game unanswered. Because generating 3/3 bodies, just imagine what happens with a Mundus Stone. Generating 3/3 bodies that roll ward and drain, guard, all this kind of stuff. It's cool. And I think there's something synergistic about Black Marsh Warden, General Tullius, and Clivia Tharn is because they kind of do similar things, right? And they represent powerful... So, General Tullius is a better Black Marsh Warden, kind of. He's a 2/2, so it means Necromancer can cleanly bring him back without fervor. With Fervor, Necromancer can bring back a Necromancer can bring back Tellius. And that's the crazy play that we're trying to get to, is you're trying to get a 4/4 Necromancer on the board who brings back a 3/3 Necromancer, who brings back General Tellius, who's a 2/2, who brings back 2/2/2 guards. And if there's a Fervor already on the board, it's quite scary. They wipe that board. We have Conscription. And there's something kind of poetic with General Tullius actually in the deck, because there's Tullius' conscriptions named after him, okay? We're trying to justify why this deck has these cards, okay? We're just trying to make it work. Oh, yeah, I did say that. You did pay attention. So, yeah, so if his turn 4, playing Ande was off curve because he's a 3-drop, right? And if I can't activate him, I think it was like turn 5. I haven't looked back, but I'm pretty sure we were looking for a card that would fit the curve better. And I think we did. We basically threw him. We had Scouts Report, found Undie Clan Sorcerer or something like that, and then we were just like, look, I think we already knew what we were going to play, and Undie Clan Sorcerer just didn't fit into that curve. So he didn't fit into the Magicka game plan we foresaw. So we're going to take a break, and we're probably too tired to come back for reals, but we're going to host somebody. And thanks for watching. If you have questions like Ferd, feel free to let us know.